Aaron, another one down to the wire here. Just how would you describe the intensity tonight as you're essentially hanging on every pitch?
Yeah, what a game. I mean, it's been two great games. These first two, a lot of big plays on both sides. We turned. I thought our defense tonight was, really, really good. Turned a couple big time double plays. Did some good things on the bases. A homer by Benny to get us rolling. And then, the bullpen closing it down after Rodon gave us enough there. Even though he struggled a little bit there in the seventh to get us, through six, set us up, and able to hang on. But what a game.
What did you think of the way Jazz came out today? He had that play in the seventh, making sure a run didn't score there, and then the 7-pitch walk there in the bottom of the eighth.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, the double play they turned on Bregman to his left with Volpe was special. And then, obviously, to save a run with the infield hit by Yoshida was excellent. And then a really good patient at bat, long at bat, where he's able to, he didn't get the jump to be able to steal a base there, but obviously moving on the pitch gave him a little bit of head start there, and his speed comes into play big time there. So obviously an exciting big play.
Okay, stay right here with Andy.
What do you think got Williams back to being Devin Williams over the past weeks and months?
I don't know. I mean, it was never that far off, frankly. I mean, the stuff was never not there. He had a couple of loud outings that, where the ball didn't really bounce his way. Like a couple of those outings where, it blew up on him. It's a squibber. It's, this and before it got away. So he was never that far off at any point of when he was struggling. And then I think he just started to stack outings. First time in the middle of the season before he hit a little rough patch again. And then now the final month plus, he's just stacked a lot of good outings, and I think just pitching with a lot of confidence, but getting in the zone more and having a presence with both pitches. So he's not, real predictable because he's using his fastball enough, and obviously the changeup.
Because the stuff has pretty much always been there. Do you think it's that confidence and conviction and willingness to?
Yeah, I think there's another level of that when he's been going good. Just that, I know I'm good. I can get after it in the zone, and he's just been more consistent in his execution.
Okay, here on the left, Pete.
The mound visit with Cruz, just what was said and what convinced you to keep him in to get that last out in the seventh?
I didn't go out.
Yeah, what convinced you to stick with him though?
Oh, yeah, I just felt like he had it under control. Like I was giving him one more hitter there. Felt like with Story, was okay, and then I had Devin going in case we did get to Bregman there. But felt like his stuff was good. Knew he wanted it, and felt like he could finish it off. Story put a good swing on it. We were fortunate there, the long fly ball, but felt good about him being in there.
Far right, Joel.
Alex Cora said he's going to start early tomorrow for sure. Has Rice done enough to start for you, and is Jazz definitely starting tomorrow?
Yeah, Jazz will be playing. I haven't decided on my catcher, first base, all that. I'm sit on that. Early's pretty neutral, a little different than the first guy we faced. So we'll sit and talk about it and make that decision tonight.
Okay, can I just follow? How tough is Rice? You've had a policy, right, of using Goldschmidt against lefties. Mm-hmm. How tough has Rice made it for you to do what has kind of been an easy decision for you all year?
Well, I mean, obviously Benny's, playing at such a swinging the bat so well, especially here down the stretch. So, yeah, he makes it tough. Again, it's not just it's a lefty. It's what lefty? It's is that guy going to be out there for 6 or 7 innings? It's I want to leverage a spot for whoever my bench guys are to have a good matchup and not 3 bad matchups that I can guarantee. So all those things factor into it.
Okay, here on the left, Chris.
After everything that transpired last night with Jazz, did you talk to him last night or today just to make sure his mind was good coming into tonight's game?
Yeah, Jazz and I are good, and I had no concerns with that he was going to go out there and get it done.
And the Yoshida single, did you think that Jazz had any shot off the bat there?
Yeah, I did. Just because obviously, his range is pretty special. I got to look back at it, but I don't know how clean he got it. Like catch, boom, pop it. But once he got to it initially, I thought he was going to have a shot. Yoshida, got after it pretty good, and obviously went head first in there to beat it. But initially, I thought he was going to have a shot if he got to it.
Okay, Dave on the right.
Aaron, just on the same lines with Jazz, I know we asked you before the game about the stuff that went on, and you said regardless, you expected him to play his butt off tonight for you. And that's kind of, when you've seen of him, is it just that competitive part to him that no matter what else is going on when he's on the field, that he's can do so many things to help you guys win?
Yeah, I mean, he loves to play, and, he feels a responsibility to us as teammates, and, and he and I have always been good, like, despite, what you may think happened yesterday, like, yeah, he's a gamer, and he likes this stage.
Emmanuel here on the right.
Cruz is always pretty animated, but tonight pretty next level coming off. How much
yeah,
can
almost
that
got out of his way.
How much does that jolt the team?
Yeah, I mean, for those of you that got to be around Fernando enough this year and got to know him a little, I mean, he's just an incredible human being, and that is from day one that, I spoke to him on the phone this winter. I can't tell you how excited he is to put this uniform on every single day and what a privilege it is for him. And he exudes that all the time. And there's a passion that he does his job with. And it spilled over a little bit tonight. I'm glad it was the end of his evening at that point.
We'll take two more quick ones. One over here on the right. Ian?
Yeah, obviously, Aaron, any player taken out of the lineup is going to be motivated by that to some degree. Did you sense that Jazz played with a sense of defiance or even maybe a little anger? And is that a good thing?
It could be, but no, I didn't sense that. I didn't sense there was a extra chip. Like, I don't think it was anything like that. If there was, yeah, I think it can be a good thing for a certain person, but I didn't sense that with Jazz today.
Okay, far left in the back, Gabe.
Aaron, these first two games have been pretty good. Is it apropos, I guess, that this little series will get a game 3 to decide it all?
Yeah, I suppose. It's been two great games. I think both sides have played really well. Been a lot of impactful plays, whether it's on the bases, in the field. So look forward to tomorrow and try and move on.
Hi, Ben. Do you feel like this is the greatest groove you've ever been in as a professional player?
I don't know if I'd say that, but I mean, definitely like the momentum I got going right now, and that the team has going right now. So, feel like we're in a good place.
Okay, down here in the middle on the left.
Ben, you ended the regular season on quite a hot streak, a home run tonight. What's been working for you so well at the plate lately?
I think just being aggressive to where and what I'm looking for in the zone. Just always coming up there with a plan, being convicted in that, and just being ready to go.
Far right, Ben, over here, Bill.
Ben, how key was Jazz Chisholm's defensive play in the 7th inning?
It's unbelievable play. That's what you're gonna get from him. Just a guy who's gonna give 110% every play. I mean, we saw him run the bases there too, scoring all the way from first base on Wellesley's hit. So, I mean, just what a play. He's a really special athlete.
Did you think he had a chance to throw him out? I know he was safe on the play.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be close.
Okay, down here in the front row, Dan.
And just the home run there in your first postseason at bat, what did that feel like?
Felt amazing. It felt really good. Just to, obviously coming off of a loss yesterday too, and to kind of set the tone for us there early in the first inning, get us out to a lead. It felt really good.
And just coming off of yesterday not playing, was that at all on your mind? Was that tough to deal with?
No. I mean, I know my role, and yesterday my role was to, be ready for a big at bat off the bench. And today I was starting. So the approach doesn't change. I mean, I'm just going to be prepared for every at bat I get and every chance I get.
The line drive to right field, did you think that was going to have a chance?
I don't know. I've had a good amount of those this year, right?
Yeah.
So I figured I honestly hit it a little too hard. So it ended up going right at him. But yeah, I thought, obviously when you square one up, you think it's going to be a hit. But I saw that he basically didn't even have to move to catch it. So that was tough.
Okay, right down here in the front, on the right.
You looked pretty animated as you were passing the dugout on that home run. Just what exactly is going through your mind at that moment?
Yeah, kind of like what I was just describing about, yesterday, just, losing a tough one there and being able to set the tone early for us in the first inning and give us a lead. I know it just was able to get the boys fired up, so being able to set the tone like that was huge.
Okay, I'm going to go far right again, Brian.
Ben, we know your story. You're a Yankee fan, grew up in Red Sox country. What does it mean to play in a series like this? What does it mean to your family?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So cool to, one, just be a part of the rivalry now. But, yeah, just given where I'm from and where I grew up and all that just makes it all that much more special.
Did you think about that at all tonight?
Of course, yeah. It's just makes you that much more excited to be a part of it. Having that story, so it's cool.
Here on the left, over here. Gary?
Obviously, that's a must-win for you guys right there. Do you feel the urgency on their side increasing as they bring in their bullpen early and extend Whitlock, I think, to a season-high 48 pitches? Do you feel that they saw that as much of a must-win as you did?
Absolutely. I think we kind of anticipated that going into today, and that's why it was so important for us to jump out to an early lead and make them go to their bullpen right away and use all their guys. So, yeah, I think we all kind of had that read on it that they were gonna, go all in and try to match up with every single lane that they had.
Okay, on the far right over here in the second row.
Ben, how would you describe Fernando's reaction coming off the field when he got out of that inning?
Yeah, that's pretty on par for him. I honestly wasn't surprised at how excited he was. I mean, I felt like I could see every vein popping out of his head. But that's what you get from him. That's the intensity you get. And we're really lucky to have him.
Okay, we'll take one more here in the middle. Levi? Mike?
Ben, now you're having a third game. How much help your home run and the win today for the next game tomorrow?
Like, how much does it help going into tomorrow? I mean, great. Helps, make you feel like you're in a good spot. And, of course, is able to help the team win today. So just gives myself and the team a lot of confidence going into tomorrow.
Jazz, just can you take us through scoring on that play in the 8th inning and just what point did you know you could score there?
I mean, going through my head, I'm already running, so any ball that an outfielder moves to his left or right there, I got to score in my head. So that's all I was thinking.
Okay, next question. Jerry?
Jazz, obviously that's a must-win for you guys. As that game's going on, do you feel Ben used the expression all in on their side as well, using the bullpen so early, going to Garrett for 48 pitches. Did you feel as the game got on it was as much a must-win for them as it was for you?
I feel like every game is a must-win. I feel like, especially for us, it's like we want to win every day. So for us, like I feel like any other professional athlete thinking about a game that they want to play, it's a must-win. We always put everything out there on the line, especially it's the playoffs. You want to win every game. You don't want to have no space or give another team a little bit of an edge, So obviously I think it was a must-win for them.
Hey, Randy?
Hey, Jazz, two things. One, can you talk about the play at second base that Fernando Cruz says it just kind of saved the game there? Did you think you had that? And also, how long did it take you to get over the disappointment from yesterday? By the time you came here today, are you over it and saying, all right, we got a game to win, season's on the line?
I mean, the play with Cruz, I'll answer that first. For me, I mean, you know what's going on. It's 3-2 count, runner on second base, runner on first base. They're moving. You see a ground ball, you got to stop it. You got to keep it in the infield. You got to stop that run from scoring. And I feel like at that point that would have been a really crucial run. So I was just doing all I can just to keep the ball on the infield, like not even trying to make the play at first base, just really trying to keep the ball in the infield. When I caught the ball is when I was like, okay, maybe I can make it at first base. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just stopping that run from scoring. And to your other question, I mean, like I said, like anything to help us win, like the next day, it's win today, you know. So all that was cleared before I came to the field today. After I left the field yesterday, it's win the next game. It's a win or go home for us. So it's all about winning.
How did you get over that, though? Was it home last night, or what helped you get through that?
I played MLB The Show, and I mercy rule someone. That's how I get my stress off.
We're gonna go.
It's just true.
Far right, Bill.
How key? It seemed like you had a play at first base during that seventh inning, and what were you thinking there, as far as throwing the runner out at the first base?
I was just trying to keep it in the infield, outer safe. I was just trying to make sure the runner didn't score.
And everything is okay between you and Aaron Boone?
There was never a problem between me and Aaron Boone. He's been my manager all year, and I've stood behind him all year. So we always have disagreements. I mean, I played third base this year, and we had a little bit of a disagreement in that. But at the end of the day, I always stand with Booney because he always understands where I come from. He knows I'm a passionate player. He knows I wear my feelings on my sleeve, and he knows that I'm there to compete. So, yeah.
Anything else for Jazz? Okay, we're going to go to Nate on the right.
Jazz, when we've seen Fernando Cruz be emotional before, but when he gets that last out there in the seventh and is coming off the field, I mean, what did you think of that, and what kind of lift did that provide for the team?
Have you ever watched like The Lion King? And you see when they like Simba did his roar when he was like a younger pup? That's what that reminded me of. Like that's what it really reminded me of, because like, you know, he really has those high spirits, you know, like walking around the clubhouse, you would never know that he did bad or good, you know, like all day. He just has that high energy every day. And just watching him go out there and getting out of that jam just shows you, like, you know, how much heart he has, you know, like he's always going to fight. He might be a little lion one day, he might be a big lion one day, you know, like we go through the hard times, but, you know, at the end of the day, like that's the guy I trust going out there every time, and he's going to be emotional most of the times, but, you know, we love it, you know.
I'm going to take two more. We got Carlos waiting. Erica?
You have a whole Luffy outfit today, and he has a skill called the Gear 2, which enhances his speed. You think he was as fast as Luffy tonight?
Yeah, I think I was faster than Luffy tonight. I like that question. A lot.
You're going to go Chris here on the left?
I've got to ask you, which team did you play with last night in MLB The Show? And what was the score?
It's called the New York Aliens. It's my own personal made team. It got me, Ken Griffey Jr. on it, Jimmy Rollins. I mean, it's kind of a cheat code. But, you know, we're playing online, having fun, but it's a lot of fun. What was the score? The score was 12-1.
Carlos, just how would you assess your outing tonight?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a battle. They strung some good at-bats together, but, you know, defensively we had some great turns. You know, Cruz picked me up there in the seventh, and then, you know, I think we played a pretty complete ball game tonight, and the boys swung it late, and we ran the bases really well. I mean, we played some good baseball and got out of there with a win, so looking forward to tomorrow.
Okay, next question, far right.
You mentioned Cruz helping you out of that.
Yeah.
Just what has he meant to this team this year, and how would you describe his reaction coming off the field?
Yeah, I mean, he was pumped up, as he should be. I was too. He's kind of been our fireman, and we use him in those big situations like that. And I mean, what a outing there for him to keep the game tied, and, you know, give us a chance. So that was huge.
Okay, Nate on the right.
Carlos, just your thoughts on Austin Wells tonight. I mean, had the big hit at the end, but also, you know, the job he did behind the plate all night.
Yeah, I mean, he managed the game really well, as always. He's really turned in quite the player. And then the big hit there in the eighth, with what a great at bat, tough at bats, pulling some tough pitches, and then gets out in front of on the changeup and just rides it out. And then Jazz, the score from first there. You saw the speed, the athleticism he brings, and I mean another great play there in the seventh for Jazz, save a run. So he had a big part in tonight's game as well.
Okay, we got anything else, calls? Jerry on the left.
Obviously, that's a must-win for you guys. But as that game's unfolding and they start using their bullpen so early, and Whitlock goes 48 pitches, do you feel that becomes as much of a must-win game for them as it was for you guys?
I mean, I feel like any game's a must-win game when you get to the playoffs. So, they have a good bullpen. They try to run something there, and they threw the ball well. They kept the game close, and I'm sure you'll see a bunch of bullpen arms possibly used tomorrow as well. I mean, every game's a must-win game. Obviously, tomorrow's a must-win game for both of us.
Far right, Jake.
Can you walk us through the interaction you had with Boone in the sixth when he came out? Was he looking to take you out and you kind of had to argue your way to stay in, or was he? Did you get the sense that like he was going to leave you in that spot?
I playing under Boone for 3 years now. I get a sense of the demeanor when he walks out. At times, he makes a decision early and he points, but when I saw he crossed the line, didn't put his arm up, I knew I had a chance at a rebuttal, so I hit him straight with it. I was like, all right, here's my shot, and I got to be pretty upfront with it. So, I said I'm staying in, and it worked out. Obviously, the big double play there, it was a great turn. Jazz gets it out quick, and then Volpe with a strong throw, so it was good.
Okay, Nate, middle.
Just with Cam going tomorrow night, how would you kind of describe your confidence level in the rookie taking the ball for the Yankees tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows the kind of stuff that Cam has. He's equipped well with a pretty impressive arsenal. I'm excited to see him go to work. I'm excited to see how the energy in the crowd and how he interacts with that. It's going to be really good for him. He needs to experience this, and I'm looking forward to seeing him dominate tomorrow.